So, are you ready for the unseen risk? Hence the missile. It's coming at you. So, here we are. We've accepted that we've now got media, and we're putting it to use into every aspect of our lives. What we have done in 2017, we took 1.2 trillion digital images. That's a huge number. What we have done is we've also started to look at how we use it in our everyday lives and accepted that as part of a process. So if we just reflect back on the fact that we've got this, we've got all these images all around us in everything we do, let's first look and reflect on where we use it. Well, historically, we used it by taking an analog photograph. And when we took a photograph, we had a negative. We developed a negative. And alongside that negative, we printed a photograph. And we had the two opposing pieces where we could look at and check that there was a reference point to verify that that was true. Now, it was possible to make some chemical changes. And if you knew how, you could also take it to a specialist that could look under a microscope to see what that change was. But with digital images, it's different. And we put digital imaging into everything we do. If you think about that, first point is we've put it into drones, dash cams, GoPros. We've put it into the home, into smart devices in the home, such as TVs, fridges, freezers, into the doorbell. But it's much deeper rooted than that, because we've also put it into manufacturing. We've put it into food production. We've put it into healthcare. So, and we've put it into CCTV. And CCTV is capturing us an average of 70 times per day. That's an astounding amount. But let's reflect on that in insurance. We've really embraced that into the insurance process. We've all been really quick to look at strategically, how do we transform our business models? How do we create new revenue streams? How do we actually get faster traction in the market? At a tactical level, in a claims process, we're then looking at it in terms of speeding up the claims process itself, saving time, saving money, enhancing the user experience, because ultimately that's what it's about. If we can improve that user experience, it's much more sticky for that customers to stay with us as an insurer. So that's really important. So all these things are really important about how we embrace the technology and how we use it. But unfortunately, it's not that simple. You see, whilst I was preparing this presentation, somebody from FRIS asked me a really good question. As we were going through some exchange of information, I said, obviously there's a difference between certified and circumstantial evidence. And they asked me, well, what's the difference? What is the difference? And that is the cornerstone of what I'd like you to take away today from my presentation, is this point. Certified information, fingerprints, it's unique to me. My DNA, it's unique to me. If we think about CCTV, this is great. There's different models you can think of in the technology sector, but CCTV is a great thing. It stands for closed circuit TV. So I can authenticate the image, I can authenticate with that camera, and I can verify it through a process. and it uses an encryption in there, a single direction encryption called SHA-265. So that means it can be verified that it's one consistent piece of information. It's in a closed circuit TV. So what are circumstantial? Well, circumstantial is when you can't authenticate something. So with an image, with a digital image, can we authenticate the source? Does that source, when you take that piece of information, can you authenticate it? Now, I forgot my little mobile phone here, but everybody's got, I was going to pull it out. Everybody has a mobile phone, and everybody has a digital camera on it. Can you authenticate that that is true and accurate information? So let me pose you a couple of questions here. Do you all know you can change the metadata on your photographs and your videos? Do you all know that you can Photoshop something? Do you all know that what you can do is you can clip a video and change the video? And you all have come across the fact that in the insurance sector that a concern is you might have somebody that searches the internet to take a photograph of a washing machine leaking out over the kitchen floor, and then somebody can take that and send you that as their claim. And we've got to have barriers to prevent that. But in the insurance sector, we've also embraced apps to help us improve the process of managing the claim or onboarding the client. But with that app, have we got a way of certifying the media? And the answer probably is you've not. So where we are is we're at a point where we've introduced mobile phone-based technology, but it's further deep-rooted than that. We've actually introduced digital imaging into multiple aspects of our lives, and we have no way of certifying it. Because as a human race and society, we're fantastic at embracing technology and running with it really fast, and then finding actually we've got holes in it. We all have seen what's happened with Facebook. So this is an important point for us. So this is an important point for me to hopefully get the message over. What's the difference between certified versus circumstantial? So if you're on this road with me so far, we're at a point where we've got one point on the axis where we can determine that with human intervention, we can change the media. And we work with a law company, and quite interestingly, they're a large practice. And they said to us, you know, in 20 years, we've been submitting digital images to court. And we only ever had 3 occasions where the media has been thrown out of court. 3 occasions, but those 3 occasions are all in the last 18 months. You see, defense lawyers have known for some time, and so have the courts, that actually the media we're looking at is just circumstantial information. It's not certifiable information. So on that axis, we've got humans. And on the other axis, the next point we've got in the crossover that's coming at us right now is the machine. So this is a website you can go to. Has anyone seen, hands up who's seen This Person Does Not Exist? Oh, that's interesting. It's not that many. Fantastic. Take a note of this and go and have a look at it, because this is your first step into seeing an AI system. And it generates a unique person, a unique fake person every 9 seconds. It's generating somebody that does not exist, and it looks like it's real. It's not. So you've got this intersection where, again, you can see Barack Obama. You've probably seen that on the news where they were all concerned that Barack Obama was making a speech, but it wasn't. It was an AI system. And that's called deep fake. So you're at this crossroads where we don't know what we've got. Can we trust it? So what's the current state of technology? So a little bit of an introduction to eviid and what we do is we've created a system that allows us to certify and verify the creation of media. And in our platform, we've really focused into the insurance sector by working through video solutions that allow policyholders to send information in, or loss adjusters to send information and share it, whether that's uploaded video or live video or capturing video from drones, etc., dashcam. And in some of these solutions that we've taken to market, we've got, for example, where we've put the use of video into high volume, low value claims into content insurance. Do you know what we've had? We've had 40% of people walk away because when they actually start to see, I'm going to use video, I'm not going to fake a few photographs, I'm actually going to start to use a video to show the damage, 40% walk away. If that's not fraud, I don't know what is. We've reduced property claims cycle by 68%. We've reduced motor claim cycle by 98%. With the use of video. But the core and underlying piece of what we've done is the fact we have this ability to verify and validate the creation of media. And that's a patented algorithm both in the US and Europe. So we can identify, if you're using our platform, deep fake. That's a big claim for us. So we're all about how do we make this a standard? How do we take it to market? We're at this juncture where we've got human and we've got machine. But around the corner, we also need to think about, in the hack, is the hack coming from somebody sat in the home, or is the hack coming from organised crime? And I think we need to take stock of where we are. Now this, I don't know how many people have seen this as a news article. This came up as a news article in the UK through the BBC, and it was from a team of Israeli white hackers who hacked into a medical scanner, and they changed the cancerous tumours. So we have no knowledge here, neither the AI system nor the medical professionals could identify whether those were bigger, smaller, or even real. Okay, so when you start to get to understand what's not real, and we've actually got 1.2 trillion images, this becomes a big problem. So imagine if I'm an organised crime network. I could create a network of patients where I could fake the tumour. It could be a false negative, I could make it bigger, smaller, or even make it disappear. But you put your own imaginations into that, I can start to build a claim network. And I haven't got to be that deep, but the size of the claims are massive. So where's the elephant in the room? So whilst I was preparing for this, I thought I need to sort of reconnect in terms of, perhaps help you reconnect where organised crime comes from. Now, there's a European retailer that suffered a hack by an organised crime network in Eastern Europe. So out of territory, hard to get to. But these guys are sophisticated. They've got plush offices. They've got all the big monitors. They've got all the Nobo boards. And the hack is not about how they get into the retailer to extract their bank information, or even who's using their bank, extract credit card information. No, the hack was about understanding how to get into the supply chain to extract. So what they're doing, extract expensive items and goods. So what they're doing is looking for key vulnerabilities in organised crime. And in this process, what they did is they were able to lock into the supply chain for non-standard goods, because the retailer wanted to sell a 72-inch TV. or other items. So let's just go through that. They placed an order. The order then goes to manufacturing. From manufacturing, it comes into the warehouse. From warehouse, it moves through to dispatch. And from dispatch, it moves to the van. Whilst out in transit, they could see that. The crime network could see that because they're watching the whole system all the time. What did they do? Cancel the order. So the order gets cancelled, it means it comes back round into goods inwards. And what happens at goods inwards? It's non-standard. So actually, I can't put it back into the warehouse because it's a non-standard good. And at that point, the organised crime network had somebody in the warehouse, it had somebody on the vans, and they were moving goods out. 50 million of goods disappeared. So my point in that is this is where we are with media. We're at that point where we're bringing it in. The organised crime networks now know with AI systems and human intervention, this is going to be a tough job to prove what we're looking at is real. Let's just lift that lid a little bit further because everything we look at is at risk. We're accepting that we can use digital media in the mortgage market. And if you look at the mortgage market, if you've measured out the UK, France, Germany, the Benelux countries, it's about 650 billion euros a year. Now, a smart crime organisation somewhere else could look at that and say, do you know what? You're using that for the collection through estate agents, through the buyers, through the sellers, because we're using digital images to come on email or come through apps, but we can't verify it. How do we know it's true? And we don't. But these guys get smart. What's 1%? It's massive. And these, for me, is the part of the journey. This is what's at risk. So what's our vision? Our vision is about the creation of certified media, of verifying that media, and working in collaboration with FRIS, with their fraud detection systems and AI systems, where we can really deliver a unique proposition. My name's John Ridd, and thank you.